Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, another loss in this one. We lose 1-0. That's right. Another shutout loss for a second straight night, and fourth time in the last week, dating back to last Wednesday. And definitely a bit shocking, as we played so well over the weekend in Cleveland. I thought that was maybe our best performance of the season over the weekend. Had that amazing pitch performances, and then that impressive comeback. And now, in this one, Andre Palante was very good. He would go 7 innings, but we just cannot get that one run across, which would have tied it up. We had a lot of chances in this game, but just couldn't get it done. And we were facing, of course, Paul Skeens, who was looking for his first ever win against the Cardinals, and this is sixth outing against St. Louis. He's faced the Cardinals, I believe, in every single series that we played him ever since he debuted last May, I guess. So, and he would go 5 scoreless innings, and Skeens hasn't won a start since the end of May. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball, but has not gotten many wins. But 5 scoreless innings for him, walked one, struck out 5, so his ERA is now at 2.03, which is the lowest in the National League. So, Brendan Donovan leading off would strike out. Then Mason Wynn would have a double. He would then fortunately be stranded on second. And then in the top of the third, we got back-to-back hits. Scott and Donovan. Scott would advance to third. So we had great chance with no one out, but then Mason Wynn would strike out, and then Alec Burleson would line into a double play to the shortstop, and Brendan Donovan would be doubled off of first base. So, man, a wasted opportunity there to keep us off the board. And then top of the fourth, we had another great chance. 2 runners on, Contreras hit by a pitch, and Nolan Gorman with a single. And then Pedro Pajas with a base hit. But Wills Contreras will be out trying to score, out at home plate. The assist by the longtime Cardinal left fielder Tommy Pham. So that would keep us off the board. So, yeah, definitely disappointing there. Could have had a run on the board, and Contreras would actually be taken out of the game after being hit by the pitch. And so Alec Burleson would then have to come in, and he would take over for him at first base. They started the game out in right, but then moved to first base once Wilson left, and then Garrett Hampson, the newcomer, took over in right field. So, and Palante was cruising along. Pirates have a single in the bottom of the fourth, and then Brian Reynolds got into a double play to keep it scoreless. A 1, 2, 3, 5th, and 6th innings, and then in the bottom of the 7th, he would walk Andrew McCutcheon, but nothing else. We again in the top of the 7th had an opportunity as Jose Fermin, who was DH in this one with the leadoff double, he would then be stranded at third. Top of the 8th, we had 2 runners on. They would both be stranded. Then in the bottom of the 8th, Phil Maton on the mound, who's been very good all season. Key Brian Hayes with the leadoff single. And then a ground rule double by Adam Frazier. Kind of caught a break there as a run might have scored if it had not gone over the wall. But it would not really matter, as then the next batter, Henry Davis, a sac fly to score the first run to make it 1-0 Pirates. So they would only score one, and so just needed one to tie it up, and hopefully more to take the lead. Jose Fermin would have a leadoff walk, and then Joel Pozo pinching for Pedro Pajas would have a double. Fermin would advance to third, so he would have runners on the corner or on second and third with one out. A base hit potentially could give us the lead if it was, hit well enough. Victor Scott would ground into a fielder's choice. Fermin would be out at the plate, and the Cardinals would challenge, which, definitely a good idea to challenge that down a run. And it would be a long review, but he would be ruled out at the plate. So that would keep us off the board. And it really was a very, very close play. Could have gone either way, really, but he was out. So we had Brendan Donovan at the plate, our last chance, and he would be out on 3 strikes. So, yeah, very disappointing. And the Pirates, they've now won 5 straight games, and have played much better baseball ever since they got rid of manager Derek Shelton in the middle of May. So we went 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position, left 10 runners on base. So 7 hits in this game. Jose Fermin, ever since rejoining the Cardinals last week, is batting .667, albeit in just a handful of at bats. So the Pirates, they only had 4 hits in this game. So Palante was great. 7 innings, 7 scoreless innings. And Maton gave up his first earned run since May 4th, so almost 2 months, as it's now July. So hopefully we can avoid getting swept. We have the right guy on the mound tomorrow to be Sonny Gray getting the start against Mitch Keller for the Pirates, who has 10 losses, has a 2-10 record, which I think is the worst in the league. So, and Sonny Gray coming off just 5 days ago, probably the best outing of his MLB career, where he almost had a perfect game. So hopefully he can, it'll be hard to match that, but hopefully still have a nice outing. So till then, it's a day game. Count we're saying, go Cards.